All right, good morning. We're continuing with some ancestor work here. We're doing a specific spread today for ancestor work, but we're only starting with two cards, the ancestor cards and the gypsy oracle cards. And then the tarot will be pulled for the other three cards. So I'm going to open the energy, let you pick your pile, and we'll get started. Okay, here we go. All right, if you haven't picked your pile yet, please pause the video and do so, but we're going to get started now with the first pile. Okay, so the first question to be answered is what ancestor is present, and that is this card. So let's see. Peacekeeper. This one came up in yesterday's reading. So this one is very present for many of you that are watching this. So the Peacekeeper's message is let go of the need to be right. Okay, so that's the message on this card. But so this looks like for many of you, this might be, maybe you have some indigenous roots. This might be a grandmother, a great-grandmother, well, it's an ancestor, so even further back, right? So, yeah, it's, you know, what this card, think about what this card reminds you of. Think about family stories about your ancestors, and this is the ancestor that wants to connect with you. So there isn't, you might not know the ancestor, but maybe you've heard of them through family stories. Doesn't matter if you know them or recognize them or not. This is the ancestor that's with you right now and wants to give you a message. Okay, so you know, the message on this card is let go of the need to be right. And now let's see what message the oracle, gypsy oracle card is. Oh, child. Okay, interesting. So for some of you, she may be giving you the message that a child is on the way for you, or a grandchild, some sort of descendant, you know, within the family, possibly. So for some of you, it's definitely literal that way, right? It's definitely literal that way. For others, I hear it's a rebirth. You're being like, you're going through a transformation and there's a rebirth, okay, that you're to embrace. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So, and I mean, even if it's the literal thing where a child is coming into your life, that's a rebirth in and of itself. Not are you just giving a birth to a child, you're giving a birth to yourself as the mother of this child, right? Or the father of this child. So either way, there's a huge transition, transformation coming for you, okay? So the next card is how can I follow through with your message, with their message? So, and okay, so whether this is literal a child coming or not, the transition I'm hearing has to do with this. Let go of the need to be right. And children are a beautiful, wonderful way to teach you that, right? To teach you that and to take you on that journey. So if you are literally expecting a child or a grandchild or some sort of child is coming into your life in some way, they're here coming to help you let go of the need to be right. You know, because you don't need to be right, you just need to love them, right? And you know, children don't need you to be right, they need you to love them. So and then if you know, if there's no possibility of a child actually entering into your life, then it's you know, focused on your own transition, even though a child, like I said, would help you with the transition. And and I hear it's like it's being like a child. The child doesn't need to be right. A child just loves. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so how can you follow through on this message? This message about transitioning and letting go of the need to be right. There we go. Put the past behind you once and for all. That's what this card says, so that makes sense. They want you to put the past behind you once and for all. So whatever is in the past that made you feel you needed to be right and you know, made you have this need to be right, they want you to put that in the past, okay? That's what they're saying here. What can you do to honor your ancestors? This is 2 cards. Is this the 2 cards? Oh, there's a whole bunch of cards, actually. It's the card that was up right. Okay. What can you do to honor your ancestors? There we go. That's the card that revealed itself. And look, it's 66. That's cool, because that's like 6 is the healing number, right? And this is healing of the mind with the swords and putting the past behind you and letting go of the need to be right. And this is healing of in the physical world, in the physical realm. So whether it's you know, whether it's your physical health, whether it's your financial health, whether it's your you know, social health, you know, we have in the physical, our well-being, our wellness, we have our physical, social, intellectual, which is helping to heal, spiritual, right, and physical bodies. So yeah, so this is healing up around all of that. So what you can do to honor your ancestors is be more involved in your community. This is about community. This is about charity, like charitableness, giving and receiving, though, not just giving. This is about community. This is a potluck. If you look at this card closely, you see it's a potluck, and the potluck is such a beautiful thing. I grew up going to potlucks, you know, church potlucks and family potlucks and community potlucks, and they're just amazing. People come together, they share food, they share joy, you know, and you know, everybody contributes what they can. If you can't contribute something, it's okay. You can still come and receive. That's okay. You know, you're bringing your love regardless, right? So if you can't physically contribute, that doesn't matter. It's about sharing love. Okay, that's beautiful. What a beautiful way to honor your ancestors. That's gorgeous. Okay, and that card really didn't waste any time coming out. So this is how can you deepen your connection to your ancestors. This is the perfect card. Anxiety, I've said this before, anxiety repels the spirit world, right? The more anxious you are, the more nervous you are, the more you worry and fret and think and overthink. This is about overthinking, right? The more you overthink, the more it repels them. So they want you to relax, okay? 9 is fulfillment and completion, okay? And this is swords, is the mental place as well, right? So they want you, they're saying the answers will come, but you just need to allow them. You just need to relax. Don't, you know, they want to give you answers. They want to give you messages. They want to give you everything. You need to just relax, okay? So to deepen your connection to your ancestors, relax. Okay, that's the message here. Just relax, okay? Don't worry. Stop worrying. They're with you. Everything's okay. It's, you know, this is all beautiful. You're going through a beautiful time of transition. You're, you know, putting the past behind you. You're opening yourself up to your community more, to loving and being loved within your community. You know, and just self-love. And 66 is just so healing and so beautiful. So don't worry. That's how you connect to them deeper. Just try to release. Don't overthink. Don't worry. All right? What a beautiful reading. I love it when the readings are so beautiful. All right, you guys go have a beautiful day, and I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. Okay, the first card is what ancestor is present. So let's see. Oh, the sage. This is so weird. Okay, yesterday's reading, if you've watched, the first card was I just read this. Okay, the Peacekeeper, and the second card was the Sage, and it's happening again. Exactly the same as yesterday, which is really weird, because I did shuffle these cards and I did all kinds of things, so that's really weird. And I cut the deck and everything. So, anyways, apparently they have more to say, these ancestors that are with you. So, so Sage is, look at this card and see what this reminds you of. Maybe you have a memory, or, you know, a family memory of someone who was very much a sage in your, you know, in your in your family history. This looks like he might be from India, just the way that he's being depicted. So maybe some of you are, or your ancestors were, but regardless, it's, you're gonna want to. This is a peacock feather, so if that has any significance to you guys, but yeah. So the ancestor that's present, whether you know this person or recognize this person or not. Or maybe there's someone that you have heard of through family tales that was quite wise and a sage type of person. So this card is the message on this card is be devoted and committed. And this card is recognizing your devotion and your commitment to your path of your journey of self-discovery and wisdom, okay? So this card, this Gypsy Oracle card, is going to say it's another part of the message. So what message would they like you to know? Oh, the Lord. Interesting. So yeah, this is very, yeah. So being committed and devoted will lead to you being your own Lord, okay? That's what I'm hearing with this. Being committed and devoted to self-discovery and to the wisdom, learning the wisdom of the world and the universe and your ancestors and everything. It means that you will become an authority on something. That's what it means. So yeah, it's kind of the same as yesterday's message. You're becoming the master, right? You're becoming the master of your own wisdom, of your own life, and you're becoming an authority on this stuff, which is really cool. Very similar to yesterday's message that was delivered with the sage. So that's really cool. I feel like this is an extension of yesterday's message. Okay, so how can you follow through with this message? That's what these cards want to tell us. There's a card that's reversed here. I didn't put that card back properly. Where is it? Oh, here they are. Well, anyways, I'll just shuffle and see what happens. So, yeah. How can you follow through? Yeah, okay. That's the card that wanted to come out, popped out on their message. So this is all about bringing things to light. Bringing everything from below the surface to above the surface. Bringing unconscious thoughts, unconscious feelings, just all the unconscious to the consciousness, okay? This is, this is really cool. So that's what you're mastering. You're bringing, that's what you're dedicated and committed to, being the sage and bringing everything to the surface, all of the secrets of the universe, all of the, unconscious thoughts and fears and emotions and everything, bringing them to the surface so that the light can shine on them and they can be healed and transmuted and transformed and all that kind of stuff. And this is what you're mastering. So that's so cool. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, you should. So what can you do to honor your ancestors? Let's see what they have to say to you here. What can you do to honor your ancestors? What can pile number 2 do to honor this ancestor? Well, their ancestors. This one and the others. Okay, we've got 3 cards, so we want 1. I'm just going to lay them out and find out which one it is. Not that one. It's the middle one. Okay, so these ones stuck to it. Okay. Those are really good cards, so nice to be stuck to it. Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Okay, so, wow, the cards that stuck to it are so cool. I'll reveal those as well. So what you can do to honor your ancestors, okay, is to be in flow. To be the King of Cups and be in flow, which is what the sage is, right? The King of Cups understands the nature of emotions. He understands the nature of humanness. He understands the nature of the physical world, and that there's an ebb and flow Okay, there's darkness and there's light. There's positive and there's negative. There's, and it's an ebb and flow, and it's everything is okay. There's nothing, everything, nothing's permanent. Everything is, and it just is. Okay, so this is like this. I mean, it's the same message as yesterday. I'm struck by this. I believe this card came out yesterday in this with this card as well. So that's really cool. And what these cards that were stuck to it on either side is with inner reflection. Okay, so this is the Hermit card. So with inner reflection, fulfillment can be, and completion can be, and wholeness can be reached on the physical level. Okay, and this is like the 10 of Pentacles, which is like complete happiness, joy, fulfillment, an arrival on the physical level, and everything, all your needs being met on the physical level. So they're indicating with these two cards, sandwiching this card, that when you're in flow, these things happen. So when you focus on your spiritual, emotional flow and being in flow, your spiritual, emotional health, your spiritual, emotional wisdom, and doing this, bringing everything to the surface and mastering mastering the understanding and the wisdom about around the physical world and the human world and the nature of emotions and everything, like this King of Cups. You achieve this beautiful experience in life. So that's amazing. So you can honor them by being the King of Cups, being in flow, and allowing, and meditating, going within, figuring out what your heart's desire is, that you can come to a place of fulfillment and allowing yourself to have this beautiful, fulfilling physical experience here. Okay, that's amazing. How can you deepen your connection to the ancestors, to your ancestors? All right. Let's see. Okay, there we go. What is this card? Do not fear past mistakes. Okay, so as I talked about in the first thing, and I talk about all the time, is fear, anxiety, stress, that all it weakens your connection to them, right? It's hard for them to come through when you're in a place of fear, stress, and anxiety. So they're saying, don't fear past mistakes, okay? The past is in the past. Let it go. You've learned, you're becoming the sage, or you are the sage in this authority. You're not going to make the same mistakes you made in the past, and mistakes were there for your learning. There's nothing to fear. There's, we all know that mistakes are for learning. It's fine, we call them mistakes, but there's nothing wrong. Like this King of Cups knows, is there's nothing wrong with mistakes. There's nothing right or wrong. It just is, and a mistake just is, right? So yeah, do not fear making the mistakes that you've made in the past, quote unquote mistakes that you've made in the past. They were there to teach you, and you've learned from them, and you've whatever. So just let go of any fear you have, okay, especially about the past, repeating itself, because that just repels the spirit world in a way. It just makes it harder for them to reach you. So to deepen your connection with your ancestors, just don't be afraid of the past, okay? Of the past repeating itself. That's what they're saying, okay? That's amazing. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. All right. Pile number 3. All right, and it's 11:11 here where I am. So that's cool. All right, so the first card is what ancestors present, and that's this card. Oh, the High Priest. Intend and create. Okay, so this is a warrior type depiction, and this is I think that's an eagle. So this is a very strong, very, very masculine, very, very strong energy of this ancestor. So you may or may not know who this is. It doesn't matter. But you may have heard stories about someone like this in your past, in your ancestry. So if you do recognize it, this energy, that's who it is. If you're feeling, if it's tweaking something for you, but there is a high priest in your ancestry that's coming through right now, And the message that this card has for you is intend and create. So it's about manifesting, right? So this card is, what message would this ancestor like you to know? Lover. Okay, so for you guys, this is intend and create love. Intend and create love. So whatever that means, that could be a physical relationship for you. That could be, but in general, I say this all the time. Some of my cards have brought this to light. Our soul purpose, SOLE and SOUL, is to love and be loved. So intend and create love. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message that this ancestor has, okay, for you. So how can you follow through on this message is what the next card is wanting to tell us. How can you follow through on this message? Let's see. All right. Pile number 3. How can we follow through on this message to intend and create love from this high priest ancestor that they're connecting with? How can you follow through? Give us the card. I'm hearing cut the cards. That's not, okay. Okay. So yeah, do not fear the past, okay? Do not fear the past. So to follow through on intending and creating love, do not fear the past. You believe that you've made mistakes in the past when intending and creating love, or with regards to love, to loving and being loved. But the past is done, and there's an offer here. This is an offer of a new experience, and this is the 4 of Cups. This 4 is foundational. It's it's allowing the path, and it's building foundations and stability. And this is the Cups is the emotional realm, right? Spiritual realm. So they're offering you a fresh cup of emotional and spiritual love. And don't be afraid to receive it. Don't be afraid to take it, what they're offering you, because you have some trepidation that you're going to repeat the same mistakes you've made in the past around love. You're not going to, okay? You're not going to. Don't let that close you down from loving, okay, or receiving love. This is a gift. This is a gift on the emotional, spiritual level that's being offered to you. Receive it, okay? That's what they're saying. That's how you can follow through, all right? So don't let fear stand in your way. Okay, what can you do to honor your ancestors? Fear of the past in particular, okay? Don't let fear of the past stand in your way. What can you do to honor your ancestors? Okay, which card is it? We got 2 cards that came out, and I only want one. Okay, is it this card? It looks like it's this card. Yeah, is it this card? So it's both cards. Okay, so we're gonna read them together then. All right, so, okay. So this is, there's opportunities coming to move you forward in life. And this is also the Strength card. So, this makes complete sense. Okay, I get it. So to honor your, we had this happen in the other thing too. To honor your ancestors, this is telling you to recognize that your strength and you have a lion's heart. This is, remember, the high priest, and looks very, he looks very strong, and the bird is very strong, and almost a warrior, and we have an angel's wing here, so very, very strong, right? So the lion's heart here is what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing with the Strength card, the Strength card says that your strength comes through your ability to love, right? To be kind and compassionate and to love. So this makes complete sense with this message, intend and create love. All right? Don't fear the past, and to honor them. Be the strength, be the lion here. But it's like, not trying to overpower others, not trying to impose your will on others, allowing, right? Unconditional love, compassion and unconditional love. That is your strength. That is your power. And that's how you can honor your ancestors, by using that and being that and just loving, right? And then also this card that's attached to it is saying, when you do this, your heart's desires in the physical world, or everything you desire in the physical world, can manifest. Okay, so that's, remember, intend and create was about manifestation. You can manifest it, and that is how you honor them, by allowing yourself to manifest this. Allow yourself to have your heart's desires. Okay, it's not a bad thing to have that, right? This is how you love yourself. So remember, I said our purpose is to love and be loved. Well, this is part of showing yourself love for yourself. Okay, so yeah. So how can you deepen your connection to your ancestors? Okay, is it I don't know if it's that card that came up on top or not. We're gonna see. There's a bunch of cards that came out. I feel like it might be that one, but I wanna check. Okay, yeah, it's definitely that one. Not that one, not that one. Yeah, so it's the one that flipped over. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. So, yeah. Seek spiritual and emotional truths. Okay, there's don't be afraid of the unknown. Embrace the unknown. There's many secrets of the universe left to uncover. Okay, you've uncovered many. And this is what, you're a seeker of spiritual and emotional truth, and you've uncovered much of it. You've uncovered so much of it already, but there's still more to keep seeking, keep seeking, keep asking them to show you, to reveal to you these secrets. Okay, use your imagination. I always say, this card reminds me of a phrase I use, which is, imagine what you don't know. So you know all of this already, but don't be afraid of the unknown. Imagine what you don't know. Like when we're children, we imagine what we don't know. We make up things that we've never experienced. As we become adults, we often can only imagine what we've already experienced or what we already know, and we put ourselves in this limiting box of knowing what we know. But imagine what you don't know, and allow what you don't know, and seek what you don't know. Okay, and ask them, seek from them, seek answers, seek to know the secrets that they hold, and seek to know, be open to it, and open to receiving this knowledge, and what the High Priest here has to share with you. All right, that is your message. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.